One of the popular questions I get asked all the time is, my vagina has an odor, is this normal? Absolutely. Vagina is not meant to be odorless. It's supposed to have an odor that is unique for you. So you need to familiarize yourself with what is normal, and then you'll be able to detect, what isn't normal when there's a change. So vagina can have an odor just like we all have sweat glands, on our armpits, within the groin. So when this reacts with the natural bacteria that's on the skin, the combination is going to give out an odor. So similar thing, if you've got a body odor under your armpit, you're likely to have an odor in the genital. So it's sort of like a reaction that happens with the sweat glands and the skin flora. So different factors can change the scent of your vagina, depending on where you are in your menstrual cycle, the start, the middle, or the end. Someone going through the menopause, if you've had products that's interfered with the normal vaginal flora, things like using lubricants for sex or semen, because the vagina is generally tending to be acidic, and certain things would make it be more alkaline, which changes the pH, and that in itself will let the vagina give off an odor. Other things could be, like I mentioned about the sweat glands. Blood is iron, which is a metal, so that can give off a metallic smell. Obviously, if you've got an infection, that can be quite distinctive, quite common for people to say. Having yeast, which is candida, it can be a bit yeasty kind of smell. Semen can change the pH of the vagina, so it can be, like an offensive odor, possibly. Other common causes for a change in the vagina smell could be friction during sex, because that in itself, if you're not lubricated naturally or you're using a lubricant, you might have little tears which will give off blood, and the blood, is an iron that will change the pH of the vagina. If someone's douching, using feminine wipes, vaginal sprays, and all those kind of things. If you've got a UTI, if you've got incontinence, the urine, it gives off this, it's got an ammonia, and that's like a chemical smell that you may have. It's quite important as well to differentiate where the smell's coming from. Could it be from your bottom? You need to look at all of those factors. A tip or just general practice that is quite important to do is, the vagina is a very clever organ. It's got good bacteria. They're like soldiers that are making sure everything stays in check. So when we interfere with that by using products, by douching, you're going to let there be depletion in the good bacteria, which is called lactobacilli. And when there isn't a good amount, then you're going to be having odor. So it's quite important to just wash the vagina with clean water, or you're using, recommended emollients to wash the vagina. Don't douche, change your pads, wear breathable cotton underwears, avoiding nylon, the good old G-string, tight clothing, all of those kind of things you shouldn't. You just always think of the vagina as an organ that needs to breathe. So you don't want to have the vagina in a space that's like a sauna kind of situation. So change your panty liners, and your pads, your tampon. Another popular one is, a patient might forget their tampon, so, that can happen. So if you've put one in, just kind of remember to take one out, things like that.